Have you ever heard about Victorian poison letters? They were this anonymous letter that people used to send. No name, no return address. Just a bunch of words meant to mess with someone's head. Google it. It's really interesting. They mess with people's reputation. Sometimes they were rumors spread around. And some other times they were guilt-tripping or emotional jabs. But the cause of these letter witches was always the same, to cause damage without even showing your face. Now, imagine that, but doing a curse. In today's video, we are diving into the curse letter, a written hex designed to hit someone in the distance. You don't even need to be near them. And guess what? They don't even need to open this letter. But the energy, witches, the energy, they will feel it. If this is something that interests you, stick around because it's so delicious and it's coming up right now. Hi witches, blessed be. This is White Raven over here. Today is Monday. So happy Magic Monday to all of you guys. How are you witches? Thank you so much for being here today with me again. I am so excited to share this video with you. You have no idea. I think it's wicked. I think it's delicious. And I think many of you guys are going to see the logic behind it. And I'm pretty sure you guys are going to use it justifiably, and it's going to be great for your arsenal of spells and hexes if you use it properly, okay? Because there's always a warning, stick to every single hex that I share over here. And this one in particular has a lot of warnings, which we're going to talk about it. So please pay attention. If you're new to this channel and you're here because of the title of this spell, I welcome you, witch. My name again is White Raven, and I'm here to teach you magic. I love sharing with you what I learned. I have been here in YouTube for about 13 years, sharing with you what I learned and growing with you guys, hand in hand with all of you guys. Your questions make me dig, make me study, make me research, and in turn, whatever I learn, I feedback again to you guys because you guys inspire me. I love to have you guys in here. I love all your questions. I love your suggestions. So please keep them coming. If you like this video, please do not leave without subscribing to the channel, a like, and comment down below, even if it's a heart, because it will help me grow here and move in the world of YouTube. So the magic that we're going to be talking about over here today, the spells, the hex that we're going to be talking about today, is for people that has wronged you and now they're just far away from you. And perhaps they think that because they're far away from you, they are untouchable. You cannot reach them anymore, you cannot get even, or you cannot request justice, right? And perhaps that is the case if you need the mundane justice. But now you have magic, and White Raven is going to tell you over here a great hex that you can do to find the justice that you deserve. This is going to be secretive, symbolic, and totally soaked with your most justified anger and intentions. I'm going to walk you through the tools that you need and the elements that we need for the spells, the whole ritual, and how to charge your work with powers using ink, paper, and your own justified rage. And that rage, witches, is going to be your fuel. So, if you have someone in mind, stay with me because we're about to write the letter that they will never forget. Now, witches, with this spell, there's going to come a big word of warning. There are many things that you cannot mail. So please make sure that you research the laws in your part of the world as what you can or cannot mail. Okay? Don't get in trouble for this. That's not the point of this curse. So please make sure that you go to the description of this video because I'm going to list in there some things that you can and you cannot mail. But witches, it's entirely your responsibility to do the research and know what is allowed and what is not allowed in your country, in your city, in your town, wherever it is that you are sending this curse from. You have been warned. So what is a curse letter? Obviously, it's a curse that you write down and you send in a letter. If you feel more comfortable, you don't have to send it. You can always bury it or burn it. But I think that defeats the purpose. The idea is that you send your hex in this letter. This letter does not require your target to open it or read it. That's awesome. Because the power is in the act, is in the ink that we're going to use, and it's also in your intentions. These letters are used for revenge, to torment someone, for guilt, misfortune, energetic breakdown, confusion, or any type of magical punishment. Besides all that, this is also tied to tradition. Like, for example, the Victorian poison pen letters. Google it, is really interesting. This is actually a thing that happens. And my inspiration was from the whole story, because you have no idea the rabbit holes that I get into just to get inspired to create some spells. I think I love this spell. So without further ado, I think I've been pretty clear. Let's get into the elements that we're going to be needing for this hex. Okay, so let's talk about the elements and things that we're going to need for this spell. The first thing that I'm going to tell you is that we are going to be working today with sigils, because I don't want to write anything down in a letter and having it feel like a threat, like something threatening to the other person. I don't want you to get in trouble. That is not the purpose of this hex. I'm sure that many of you know how to make sigils. If you do not know how to make sigils, please make sure to look at the description of the video, because I'm going to put the link of the video that I made some years ago teaching you how to do your own sigils. I promise you that this is going to be extremely simple and very easy. Now, we're going to be using brown paper or any recycled paper. If you have some paper that you bought in an antique shop that feels like it's really charred to give you the heebie-jeebies or something like that, that's the paper that you are going to use. For example, I have the notebook of my great-grandfather. His notebook is blank. So I use that paper whenever I have specific petitions, especially if it's related to my ancestors. If you do not have any paper, which is brown paper, it doesn't have to be this one. You can use paper from a supermarket bag, okay? Brown paper. Of course, we're going to be needing an envelope so you can put your letter. When it comes to ink, you can make your own ink, witches, okay? The ink is what's going to charge this hex. That's the vehicle that's going to take your intentions from here to there, the ink. If you want to make your own ink, an example is you can steep mugwort with cemetery dirt, black walnut, and rusty nails to make your hexing ink. If you want to go online, I just recently purchased one that is called Iron Gall Ink, as well as walnut ink. I'm going to link in the description of the video the link from Amazon from those two inks that I'm purchasing for purposes of magic. Okay. Now, I did purchase in a spiritual shop Bat's Blood ink. I don't know what this one has. I don't know what it's made out of, but it's been living in a spiritual shop, so I'm pretty sure it's infused with some type of magic, and I like the way it feels. Do not use Dove's Blood ink, because that's for love, but you can use Bad Blood ink. Me, personally, for this spell, witches, I'm going to use my beautiful Bad Blood oil. You're also going to be needing, which is a black candle. You are going to be needing cemetery dirt and not much. You're going to be needing, which is some cayenne pepper. You are going to be needing some war water. If you do not have war water, just regular water suffice. Also, witches, you are going to need this bad boy right here, destruction oil. This is one of my nastiest oils in the website. If you do not have destruction oil, any baneful oil that you may have at home, and remember that I also have this in my website. We are going to draw our sigil in our brown paper with one of these ones. If you have a marker, fine. If you have a pen, fine. If you have a pencil, fine. And then we are going to use something pointy to dip it in your ink, and then you're going to trace on top of whatever you draw with your pen. You're going to trace it with your ink. All right. This that I have over here is part of a big crab claw. Is that how you call it? A big claw. I've been saving this for a long time. When it comes to crabs, let me do a parenthesis really quick and tell you why I have this. Crabs and crab shell is used to reverse hexes, to reverse pain, to send back evil that somebody has sent to you. And this is based on the fact that crabs, they walk backwards, sometimes sideways, right? They don't never go forward. They're always going backwards wherever it is that they go. So it's symbolic. So I'm very excited to have saved this one. I had it for a very long time. Now you know how you can use these beautiful things if you like to eat crab. If you don't have that, you can use a rusty nail. This is a coffin nail. You can use that if you want. You can use thorns, you can use shards, or you can just use a quill, just a regular quill to write, you know, with ink. Whichever you prefer, that's what you're going to use. You're going to use some lighters or matches. And in my particular case, I'm going to also be using some gloves. So, witches, without further ado, let's get into our delicious hex. Which is really quick. I want to show you how to do a sigil. Again, watch the video that I'm going to be linking in the description of the video. Let's say that my petition is going to be death upon my enemy. So I'm going to make a symbol out of these words. The first thing that I'm going to do is take the first letter of each word. Different people do it differently. This is how I do it. So we have the letter D, we have the letter U, we have the letter M, and we have the letter E. Now I'm going to combine these 4 letters and make them a sigil, a symbol. I see that the letter U and the letter D kind to look alike. So I'm going to create kind of like a letter U in here, just like that. And to make it look like a D, I'm going to do this. Symbolic, I have the U, and symbolic, I have the D. Now I'm going to put the letter M in here. Looks kind of like a crown. And now I'm going to extend this stick just like this. And I'm going to do the letter E. In this little symbol, I have my intention, which is death upon my enemy. That's going to be a sigil. So that's the sigil that I'm going to do. So let's get into the spell, which is if you feel like making a circle because you want to feel more comfortable and protected, that's what you're going to do. You don't have to do it. I do not do circles every time I do a hex. But if you want to do a circle, this is the time for you to cast it. For invisibility, if you are worried or concerned that somebody's going to know that you are the person sending the hex, remember to put 1 bay leaf in every corner of your witchy room. If that's what you want, is invisibility. Let's get your candle, witches. I'm going to put my gloves on. I hope you're taking notes of the things that I tell you because these are things that I learned from other witches and I am passing them along to you, witches. Take advantage of that. The bay leaves come from Miss Aida. She's somebody that I like very much and I respect very much. All right, let's grab our candle, which is first thing that we are going to do. We are going to anoint the candle with your oil. I don't have a lot of oil in here. Then again, you don't need really that much. The purpose of the oil is for your dry elements to be able to stick. Remember, which is destruction oil is exactly for that. It's for destroying your enemy, annihilating your enemy. Your enemy will be no more. All right, very carefully, witches. Remember that cayenne pepper is very irritant for your nosy, so be very careful. You don't have to put a lot. You're gonna put cayenne pepper in your candle. Now, a witch of warning, when you are using cayenne pepper, sometimes your candle burns really hot, so please make sure you watch it. We're gonna add just a little bit of cemetery dirt. Don't put too much because then you're going to choke your candle, witches. Very simple. This is how it's gonna look. Not too much, not too little, just perfect. Okay, so put the candle right there. Grab a piece of paper, witches, and in this piece of paper, you're going to write down your petition. Be specific. And remember that we're going to create the sigil with the letters that we have in our petition. So if you just want death upon my enemy, then that's what you do. And you're going to do this in a paper on the side so you can practice your sigil. So you write what you want and you create your sigil. Okay, so in the brown paper, you are going to write your sigil. My sigil is going to be like this. Extend this. which in your letter you must be specific about what you want them to feel, whatever, if it's regret, betrayal, loss, craziness, madness, whatever, illness, bad luck, whatever it is, you're returning back the pain that they inflicted upon you. Make sure that you put it in the sigil, which is you are going to curse their intentions, their comfort, their fake smile, anything. Focus in what you want. Take the pain out of you and put it here, because you're sending it back. Does not belong to you, it belongs to them. All right, it's my favorite part. Now grab your ink, whatever ink that you are going to use. Grab your pointy object, and this is going to take you time, which, so be patient, and we are going to trace it. And think about what you want in here, which is trace your intentions with the ink that is charged with all your justified anger. Make sure that the paper absorb all the oil. You do not want any oil leaking out of your letter, okay? If you think you put too much, with a little paper you can absorb it. Just make sure that nothing is leaking out of the envelope. If you need to double wrap this letter, you can do that as well. Just make sure again that nothing leaks out. Everything staying contained within the envelope. This is actually end up being a pretty cool writing tool. I'm going to be using it from now on for all my reversals and to send back evil to my enemies. Look how cool this is performing. Now you know, witches, if you eat crab and you have this huge piece of crab, keep it. So now you know how to use it. You can also use bones, witches. If you have any bones, use your bones. All right, that is a beautiful thing. Let's grab our candle and let's light it up. This is what I want you to do while your candle is burning. We are going to mix some of your water with your cemetery dirt. Very little, which is, we just want to make a little paste. I'm going to mix it with the match that I used to light the candle. It's going to look like chocolate, something like this, which is, and this is what I'm going to do with this. I'm going to do 8 coin cooks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, let's see if you can see better now. I am anchoring this spell, this hex, into my paper. That is called a coin cooks. Now I'm going to go here and I'm going to just spread it across the paper. If you need more of the water, you can get more of the water. It looks really pretty, actually. If you have red ochre, you can use red ochre too, which is especially for inks. Red ochre is in my website and it's a really good tool, or powder. It's known as the Mother Earth blood. It's great to do any type of magic. We're going to go around our coin cooks. This is looking so nice. The most important thing is, which is that this is 100% dry before you send it, okay? You don't want anything leaking out of the envelope. And again, this is water and cemetery dirt. We first create a coin cooks, which is 5 dots, one in the middle to anchor your spell into the paper. And then we're going to create this square around it with a big X in the middle, connecting all the dots. See, witches? It's beautiful. All right, getting to it, witches. I want you to feel that justify anger through your veins. I wanted to get it out of you and into this. And this is the chant that you are going to do. From hand to ink. From ink to skin. May this curse seep deep within. By truth betrayed and justice miss. Let these letters strike like a venomous kiss. Let your candle, oh my goodness, I feel that. Whew. Which is, whew. Let this candle burn all the way through. So make sure that you use a candle that you are able to watch. Which is, once your candle burns all the way through and everything in your paper is dry, we are going to fold this paper. Then you get your envelope and we are going to put the letter inside. If the envelope that you have is one of those that You need to lick to activate the glue. I'm gonna put some warm water on it. And I'm just merely grabbing my match and dipping it in the water and putting it over here. Another thing that you can do, which is, and then you just close your letter. Another thing that you can do, which is you can write your hex in dissolving paper. That is paper that dissolve in water. So you can write down your hex on it and then dissolve it perhaps in warm water and use that warm water as ink for your petition and your sigil in the paper that you send. That is a great idea as well. All right, now that you have your envelope, which is you're going to write, of course, the address of the person to so-and-so, address so-and-so, blah, 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 00, whatever. And then you're gonna put your stamp in here. And very important, which is you do not put your address, okay? Leave it blank. Do not put a fake address because in some places that could be considered as mail fraud. So you're gonna put the address of the person, the mail, and you are going to mail it. Now, a word of warning. If mailing this from your city is going to target you and your enemy is going to know immediately that is you because you're the only person in this world that live in the city that this mail is coming from, then you're going to have to do the extra mile and go somewhere else and mail it from another spot, another place that this person cannot recognize the city of the sender. Last, to amplify the power of this, you can always perform this curse on a Saturday during the waning of the moon. Which is words are magic, and when spoken with rage, written with purpose, and sealed in a ritual, they move. You don't need to scream, you don't need to chase, you don't even need to be seen, because this spell lets your silence speaks for you, and it bites. If someone thinks they got away with it just because they're out of reach, remind them that distance does not mean protection. You have power, you have tools, and if needed, you have the pen that poisons. From the bottom of my heart, which is, I wish you the best. And that's it, witches. If you like this spell, please do not forget to leave this channel without subscribing, liking, and sharing. Let me know what you think and comment down below. Even if it's a heart, you will help me tremendously. Remember to visit my website, whiteravenandwitcheslayer.com, in which I have not only the products that we talk about in here today, but also you can email me your questions in there. Remember, please, and with love, I do not work for people, and I do not do magic counseling. Everything you're gonna learn from me, you're gonna learn from me in here in this channel. So if you need a spell, visit my channel and go through my videos. However, if you have questions regarding magic, a book, things, you can always email me and ask me there, because I will love to help you out with any doubts that you may have. If something is not clear, let me know. I'll be happy to tell you what to do and how to guide you through. But when it comes to asking for spells, I'm gonna tell you to come over here into my channel. Also, let's be friends and visit me in Facebook, White Raven and Witches Lair. You can also message me there as well. Again, please remember that I do not work for people. Last, remember that I'm going to put in the description of the video some of the things that you can and cannot mail. So please be smart and check the laws in your area. As well as I'm going to put the link of the inks that I purchased and also the video on how to make your own sigil. Next Monday, I have a very wicked video, so I see you here next Monday. And other than that, I love my Magic Mondays, witches. I love being here with you. Thank you for your time. And remember that in this life, we need to stay very smart, because knowledge is power. We need to research and learn. And with all that learning and that knowledge that we acquire, you need to discern. And this is how we stay so very wicked. I love you, witches. Mwah. See you Monday. See you here, okay? Bye.